I made a video about a month ago going over what I felt to be the 5 biggest missed opportunities in all of Assassin's Creed. The second biggest missed opportunity to me in that video was never getting a Bayek and Aya sequel after the events of Assassin's Creed Origins and its DLCs. The only bigger missed opportunity I felt was a game with Connor, Arno, Shay, and Evelyn. But I wanted to expand on this idea today and talk about what this Bayek and Aya sequel could actually look like when it comes to setting, gameplay changes, and of course the story. Now first things first, I felt the name Evolutions would fit a game like this very well. I know it sounds kind of basic and doesn't really inform on the setting of the game, but it makes perfect sense, as it's going to be a game about how Bayek and Amunet evolved the Hidden Ones, filling in more of that timeline from the Hidden Ones in Origins to the ones we see in Mirage and Valhalla, and of course eventually Assassin's Creed 1. So I feel Evolutions would be a good name for that, or maybe we could go with a Latin name like Assassin's Creed Gyros, which means evolutions, as this would of course be a game that takes place in ancient Rome, specifically sometime after 38 BC, as that would be after both the Hidden Ones and Curse of the Pharaohs DLCs from Origins. It was just such a perfect opportunity to build on Bayek, Aya's, and the Creed story as a whole, while simultaneously giving players one of the most requested settings in the series. In fact, there was even a belief after Origins came out that Bayek would have his own trilogy, with the next game being in Greece, which of course just ended up being Odyssey and didn't involve Bayek at all, and then the final game would be in Rome, but we got Valhalla instead. Now it seems we are finally going to get a game set in ancient Rome with the multiplayer game Invictus that should be coming out sometime next year, but I highly doubt that'll be a game about Bayek and Amunet. But let's talk more about the specific time period and setting this game could have taken place in itself. So obviously Aya, or Amunet, whatever you want to call her, established a bureau in Rome after the death of Caesar and Cleopatra, so a game like this could have taken place during the Julio-Claudian Dynasty and could have featured Augustus, who became the first emperor of Rome. This was a very interesting and prosperous time period for Rome. Bayek and Aya would have likely still been alive and well into their elder years, so we could have seen them in the latter stages of their lives, similar to Ezio in Revelations. I would have loved to see that. Obviously all the famous landmarks like the Colosseum weren't built until much later, so we wouldn't get to see some of that stuff, but I still think this would have made for a very exciting setting and time period for an AC game. As for gameplay, I think the improvements they could have made from Origins were very clear. Since Bayek and Aya are now full-on Hidden Ones, they would learn to be more stealthy and start adopting some of the strategies and tactics most of the assassins in the series utilize, seeing them learn social stealth, being able to blend in crowds, and getting more stealth tools. Parkour could have been improved as Bayek and Aya became more skilled at it. I mean, a lot of these are things that were already added in Mirage, but it would actually make sense narratively speaking for them to acquire these skills. You could have had your own assassin recruits to control and command, similar to Brotherhood and Revelations, as again, Bayek and Aya are both mentors and would be leading their fellow Hidden Ones. The potential of the story and premise has pretty much already been set up and established by the Origins ending as well. It practically writes itself. It would be a story, again, focused around both Bayek and Aya evolving the Brotherhood. Maybe Aya contacts Bayek for help, which is what brings him to Rome. The Brotherhood could be undergoing some kind of threat, whether from the Romans or wherever the Templars have infiltrated its infrastructure. There could be a lot of focus on Augustus and Rome's conquest and expansion as the empire only grew stronger, and hopefully with a story like this, we'd finally get some closure as to what happened with Bayek and Aya in the latter stages of their lives. We know they were buried together in Origins, so it's possible they reconnected and retired from the assassin life before their deaths. Maybe one of them died and the other requested to be buried in the same place as them back in Egypt. There's just still so many unknowns and question marks with these two that I feel is ripe with opportunity to be explored in a game like this. Bayek especially had such a great opportunity to get the Ezio treatment, where we would get to see his story unfold over several games. I understand some people just want new characters and a new setting in each game, but I think part of what made the Ezio trilogy so great, apart apart from the writing, was actually allowing the games to feel connected and continuous, and getting to develop these characters over several games, allowing us to become more invested in them over time. Bayek and Aya were so popular and had such a clear opportunity for something like this that I truly believe this game should have happened. Never say never, it still could one day, but I highly doubt it. The time to do a game like this would have been after Origins or Odyssey, as now Origins is nearly 7 years old, and new players coming into the series would have no idea who Bayek and Aya even are. Let me know what you guys think about this idea for Assassin's Creed Evolutions though. Is this a game you would play, or do you think there's another time period and setting that could make for a good Bayek and Aya sequel as well? As always, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and considered subscribing to the channel if you're new. A special thank you to my members for supporting me, and other than that, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day, Assassins.